We think that digital nomads choose the wrong city when they move to Vietnam.
And not because the city is bad, it may be just because the lifestyle is not what they actually want.
Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang just have completely different vibes.
Yeah, one is very fast paced and has high energy.
And the other is definitely more calm and more lower stress. So we have lived in both cities for a little bit of time now. We've been in Vietnam for well over a month. And in that time, we've been able to kind of pick up on the key differences between these two cities. And so in this video, we want to tell you about all of the things that you can expect in each city and how to decide which one would be best for you based on the way you like to travel and the way you like to be a digital nomad.
Yeah, we'll talk about the affordability, the cafes, the walkability, and just what it's like living in both. And if one fits perfectly for you, because we got to see which one works best for us.
We're also going to talk about the differences between the social life as well as the different things that can affect your stress level.
Ho Chi Minh City is said to be similar to New York City or just a high-paced city in the US.
And Da Nang, of course, has that beachy waterfront feel. It is more relaxed and can be obviously less stress, even though it is still a bigger city.
A lot of people say that Da Nang is more the Miami of Vietnam.
Yes, so we've got the New York and the Miami, and that is kind of a good overall way to think about at least just how the city feels when you first arrive.
So like we said before, Ho Chi Minh City is a fast pace, it's loud. Our experience is we were in District 2, which was a little quieter, but when we went to District 1, oh, it was chaotic. There's so many motor scooters just going everywhere, a lot of people, just a lot of energy, and just the city that really barely slept. I mean, it did at like around 2 or 3 a.m. Of course, we were out that time, but we don't have to get into that. But it definitely has that energy. And if you're looking for something like that, that is definitely a place that you want to be.
And we'll probably get into this in one of the later sections, but for Ho Chi Minh City, especially for a lot of the foreigners that live there, a lot of the ones that are in Ho Chi Minh City work like in person in an office somewhere in the city. So you definitely get the corporate going to work, coming home from work vibe. You know, things are really busy in the morning before work and then after 5. And that is kind of the structure of more people in Ho Chi Minh City. And in Da Nang, for example, because it's a beach town, things just feel a bit slower.
And also just remember that, yes, Ho Chi Minh City is big city, has fast pace, but there are many districts around Ho Chi Minh City. So you don't have to just be in District 1 right in the middle of. You can definitely be outside of that, but you still get that city type of feel and fast paced lifestyle.
Yes, and in Da Nang, because one, you're by the beach, people are overall, their attitudes are just more relaxed. Even if they are, working during the day, being able to, from most places in the more popular places of Da Nang, you can just walk to the beach or walk to the riverside. One thing I noticed more here than I did in Ho Chi Minh City is they take that break time hour pretty seriously. From the hours of like 1 to 3, it's a pretty heavy rest over the city. A lot of businesses will close. Whenever we went to the dentist, they were closed for those hours. You'll see people sleeping on their cars, sleeping in their bikes. You'll see people, some like construction workers, just sleeping on the sidewalk. When it comes to break time, they're breaking. So that is honestly probably the biggest visible example of the calmness of the city. And then the people that are in Da Nang, the foreigners, a lot of them will have remote jobs. So in Ho Chi Minh City, we saw a lot of people going to work. And Da Nang, a lot of those people are working from their laptops, from restaurants, cafes, chairs on the beach. They're just kind of doing what they need to do, which also means that they have more flexibility time-wise. So there's just less of that stressful, high-paced environment.
And then a big part of that is that in Da Nang, from early morning, there's tons of people out. I wish we could say we see it, but we haven't yet. And then because the sun comes down hard during the day. And then once that sun goes down, everybody's back outside, especially by the beach.
From our time in Da Nang, I can say that it does feel a bit easier for us to establish a better day-to-day rhythm and then to maintain our slow travel, at least my slow travel preferred lifestyle. In Ho Chi Minh City, it does kind of feel like you could see everything very quickly and you want to not get in and get out, but you could move faster. But when you're in Da Nang, it just makes you want to take a step back and slow down. For me, from the time we spent there, I mean, I could see easily getting an apartment for 3 months and taking the time to visit the different coffee shops from the one we've been to, like Lighthouse Cafe. I mean, we go in there and people are just sitting working. They go there every day, and I could see myself going there and having my work time in the day and then coming back and sitting in the apartment, and it's a lot easier to visualize in the slower paced city.
Yeah, and so just to kind of give you guys a visualization, Ooh, big word.
That's a big word from.
So because we were in a digital nomad expat area in both areas that we're in Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang, but in Ho Chi Minh City, we was more the foreigners we saw were teachers that were there to teach English to Vietnamese children, and then here in Da Nang, these are expats and digital nomads here they can work they work during the day or not work during the day. They have more flexibility with their time. So
a lot of business owners, a mix between business owners and remote worker, but we've seen a lot of creative businesses from people that we've met since here. I'm not going to put their business on blast, but yeah, there's a lot of people that have either created their own remote job or they just have one, and that's what provides them the ability to be able to do what they do. The next thing that you would want to consider when deciding what city you want to live in is how much you care about the infrastructure for walking around. What is your primary mode of transportation when you're traveling, and how does that fit into where you're going? So for us, before coming here, we did a handful of walking and then the occasional public transportation, bus, train, what have you. Before this, we were not scooter people. I don't even know if we're considered scooter people now, but in Ho Chi Minh City, I've done it a few times, but it's still a little nerve-wracking. And in Ho Chi Minh City, it is still very walkable, definitely a little chaotic. So you can stay on, and I'm gonna put quotes around the word sidewalk, but in Ho Chi Minh City, it's easier to stay on the sidewalk versus just walking in the street. So you do have that ability. However, the traffic is heavy. So if you wanted to get on a scooter, you at least wanna be mentally comfortable with it. There's a lot of weaving, and like from the other districts, District 1, you're gonna take that scooter on the freeway or pay more for a car, and then public transportation is just very slim. There is a brand new train, and the train has a few stations, and it's very new and it's very clean, but your options really are walking, bike, and if you want to pay more, a car.
And then when we say pay more with the car, it's like I've seen more of $1 to $2. It's nothing too crazy. It's definitely affordable.
Yeah, comparatively, it's double, but double of US 50 cents is US $1. So it won't break you, but it could add up if you're doing this every day, multiple times a day, going from $30 to $60 for a month may be something that you want to work into your budget.
So if you've seen our last video, I'm still both Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City. The sidewalks are still or a hectic thing. I would say but in Ho Chi Minh City is a little bit more sidewalks, and Da Nang not too much. And so you're definitely always trying to weave around bikes, trying to make sure you watch both sides going. But along with that, the traffic in Da Nang is not as chaotic as it is in Ho Chi Minh City. So you're able to weave in and out of the road and not have to really worry too much about getting ran over. You should still look both ways, but it's not as chaotic. You don't have to deal with as much traffic when you get to one of these scooters or on the car. Again, I'm not still there yet at getting on a scooter, but you will see it at some point. I'm going to get on one. But yes, there's more of a easier feel to the traffic here.
Especially with crossing the street. Crossing the street in Ho Chi Minh City was stressful as foreigners, okay? The whole just go and maintain a consistent pace when there's like 100 bikes around you versus here, they're going both ways. We've got like 3 from one way, 2 from the other. You're passing 5 bikes, it's fine. And I mean, in Ho Chi Minh City, I never got on a bike. Here, I've got on at least 5. So I'm kind of a professional, if you ask me.
What's the scariest cross street we've done?
If you watch our Ho Chi Minh City vlog, there's at the very end, we crossed the street to get to the riverfront.
Oh yeah,
that one got me. If it wasn't for the man walking next to us, the Vietnamese guy, oh man, I almost just didn't, very rarely have I been like, I don't even want to go over there. I almost just didn't go over there because it wasn't worth it. That has been the scariest for me.
That probably was one of the scariest. In Da Nang, there hasn't been one except for, again, walking to the water is always, walking to water where everybody wants to go to. That was the only
walking
time.
to the beach?
The beach, yes. I was gonna say the river too.
Oh yeah, by the walking from the business side to the river side is like, it's like crossing a major freeway. It's like crossing I-10. It's like crossing 35. And if you live in another state, I don't know, Route 66, I'm making stuff up, but you'll get used to it, but Ho Chi Minh City is definitely stronger in that regard. As far as the cost of living, overall in Vietnam, the cost of living is affordable wherever you go. Unless you are like me and you love oat milk lattes, then be prepared to triple your coffee budget. But besides that, you will have a reasonable time in either city, but there are a few minor differences.
So first, let's talk about Da Nang. Please keep in mind, we are going to do a video where we break down our monthly costs that we did in Da Nang. So be on the lookout for that video. I'm ready to, I'm excited, but also scared to see how much we actually spent. But here in Da Nang, the apartment value is a lot more affordable here, which is definitely surprising. This is the beach town. This is the Miami of Vietnam. But we have seen, and we personally have gotten a good value for our apartment than what we've seen in Ho Chi Minh City. Another personal thing, I think the food here is a little more affordable. But again, we were in District 2, and that's more of the expat digital nomad area. So that could play a factor into how our price for food is, because we were just there. But also know that there is a lot of tourism in Da Nang, so there are going to be those tourist restaurants you're going to go to.
And as far as being in District 2, I do feel like, for the sake of this video, we're comparing District 2 because that is the most comparable to the expat area in Da Nang. So if you go to District 1 or if you stay there, that's where a lot of the vacationers are staying for 1 week, 2 week, that's where they're staying. So I think our comparison from District 2 makes more sense for where we're staying in Da Nang.
So, and like we said before, Da Nang is easier to be in more of a scheduled or more get in the groove. So with doing that, you can kind of understand your budget and how to go along with everything when you're going forward with making purchases here and there. So that definitely does play into the slow pace of Da Nang and helping with your budget.
Now, we did compare Ho Chi Minh City to New York, but it is not in New York in the sense of how expensive New York is compared to the rest of America. That is more for the vibes. As far as for the expense of everything, it's a little bit elevated because you have the big city, you have all of the infrastructure that is in the middle of the city, but the difference it makes is it's noticeable, but it's not crazy. So for example, there's a lot of different areas in Ho Chi Minh City that have I'm gonna call them kind of like mini cities that are built, I would say, for foreigners and expats that are moving there. So there is one area that we went to a couple times near Landmark 81, which is the really big tower in Ho Chi Minh City. And that area is full of high rises. It has multiple grocery stores and pharmacies and restaurants. There's a mall there. I think there's a school somewhere in there, but it visibly looks different than the rest of the city. It looks very Western. It looks very new because it is. And those areas, of course, are gonna have higher prices for the apartments. I think they're closer to $700-800 a month for a 1 or 2 bedroom. But with that, you're paying for the convenience of being close to the train station, close to a major street, close to all of the stores you would need. And you're also paying for that city energy. Some people love the city energy. I am also some people, and being in that, if that's what you want to absorb to get the stuff you need done, then those are some options for you. And while the premium areas do cost more, there are tens of dozens of however many districts in Ho Chi Minh City. So there are, I think, 20 or so number districts, but there's another 20 that aren't. And District 1 is the center. And as you get further away, you of course can get more affordable accommodations. So that's something to keep in mind. But most people are in 1, 2, 3, and that will be more expensive than you would pay as a digital nomad in Da Nang.
So just to give you a little comparison on that can help with knowing how the affordability of each one is. So here we have Ho Chi Minh City. The gym cost was 1.5 million dong for each of us for a month. And then here for Da Nang, the gym for a month was 850,000 each, 850,000 dong each for both of us for a month. So those could definitely just tell you how the affordability is in both cities. Now, keep in mind, the gym in Ho Chi Minh City, it was a little bit nicer than the one in Da Nang, but both were really good gyms. So,
and the gym we have in Da Nang is one of the nicer gyms. It's not like we downgraded our gym. We got one of the nicer ones in each city. That's just the differences between the two. And what about food? How are we eating?
And food, I would say the groceries in Da Nang are just a little bit more affordable than the ones in Ho Chi Minh City. So another example would be our groceries. And so in Ho Chi Minh City, it was probably about $75 for groceries for one outing. In Da Nang, it was about $50.
Just so you know, groceries are more expensive than eating out Vietnamese food.
Yes.
We can get a bowl of pho, a banh mi, a banzeo, spring rolls for $1 a serving. I had a beef and egg plate that was $1.50. So instead of spending $50 a week, which is what, $10 a day, or $75 a week, you could spend $1.50 per meal, eating 2 or 3 times a day, and
also get delivered to you.
And also, if you use the Grab app, it's not a hack, but use the Grab app. They have coupons. It's more affordable to get it on Grab sometimes than it is to go to the store. So, choose your own adventure there.
I've seen a lot of creators talk about how addicting the Grab app is, and I was like, there's no way. I'm not going to be, because we coming from the US, Uber is like very expensive. I was like, there's no way I'm not going to use the Grab app. Got here, and guys, that thing is amazing.
Scrolling TikTok, no more. I look over, just scroll the Grab app. Do you want to find food? Do you want to find a grocery store? Do you want to just see how far it takes to get places? Just scroll in the Grab app.
And all the drivers are amazing here.
10s, 5 stars for every single one of them.
Yeah. Getting in the cafe, Ho Chi Minh City feels more like a build build your business type of energy.
And Da Nang still has a ton of cafes and a lot of people working at them, but it definitely feels more relaxed. While they may be building a business or working, they are taking that slower pace and make sure they're taking time for themselves.
Ho Chi Minh City, there's endless cafes. Now, I still believe the vibe is still similar to Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang, that everybody's there to work and build their business. But with Ho Chi Minh City, there's just so many cafes going on. There's too many to count. But we were in Tao Dien, and like we said before, there's a lot of teachers that work there. There's also digital nomads. We didn't see as a strong digital nomad energy as we did in Da Nang. But not to say that it's still a high pace. There's still cafes everywhere. There's some we loved. Like in Tao Dien, there's a street. We went to quite a bit of them, which we had more footage to show on those. And then one of our favorite ones that we went to was what? Cati Nat?
Oh, Cati Nat? Cati Nat is a big chain across all of Vietnam. So they're on every corner and they do have oat milk, in case you're wondering.
With Ho Chi Minh City, there's endless cafes. And it is just a very get to work type of vibe there. Everybody's in the cafes working hard. And, with the fast pace outside, it's very, the energy feels that way when you get inside the cafes as well. We were in Tao Dien. I think it was a little bit more relaxed, but there was still packed to the brim during the day with digital nomads and expats working as well. And if we went more into the city, there's definitely that too.
One thing I think you'll find in Ho Chi Minh City more than you'll find in Da Nang is specific co-working spaces. We didn't really visit them just because whenever we want to work, we also want food or a coffee. But in Ho Chi Minh City, they have those dedicated, maybe you pay for membership, you pay for a day pass and you go in just to work. They might have a coffee shop, but these places are meant for you to get things done or to have meetings, Zoom meetings, things like that. So if you want to be on your grind, that is definitely the place you can do it. And in Da Nang, the work culture is more of just go to a coffee shop, go to a restaurant, and you can, take your time. Typically, if you order at least one thing, whether it's a drink or a meal, then you can kind of spend borderline unlimited amount of time in these restaurants and cafes. And there's less of a, pressure on you it feels like there's less of a pressure to always be working and to always be locked in. People have their laptops out, but they're also talking and laughing and eating and hanging out. Maybe they'll get up and go for a walk and come back. And so it's just a more relaxed environment. To be fair, I think I've said that a lot, but whenever you're working on a laptop and your feet are in the sand, it's kind of hard to not feel the relaxation wash over you.
So it really just depends on where you feel more comfortable working. Do you want to be more in the city where there's a hustle bustle and tall buildings around, which there's still that in Da Nang, or do you want to be beach vibes? Supposedly Bali vibes in a cafe. So it just depends on your preferences.
Yeah. Are you self-motivated or do you need the environment to help you, get your stuff done, get that motivation in?
I need the environment.
I don't. When we travel, for both of us, it's really important that we are able to connect with people. It definitely makes our experience in any city better. I can look back and think that in the cities where we made friends, we also think more about those cities.
Yeah.
For example, in Albania, we made friends and I loved going there. And in Ho Chi Minh City, we've made friends and we've made friends. So that'll always be something that sticks out to us. And as far as the social life and community in both, I would say that it is very similar in the aspects of the socializing, but the main difference is how you find those groups. So in Ho Chi Minh City, I think it's easier to be able to find these groups in person. You're able to see flyers on walls or meet people or see, pickleball on every single corner, go in and find, a group of welcoming locals, welcoming expats or digital nomads and find community that way. We were able to find a pretty good community by going to a bar that happened to be having an open mic night and karaoke. And we actually hung out with those people multiple times a week for the last 2 or 3 weeks that we were in Ho Chi Minh City. And so in that city specifically, yeah, I would say it's a lot easier to find these groups out in public than it would be elsewhere.
Yeah, and then Da Nang, it's very hard. I would say very hard, but in Da Nang, it can be a little difficult to try to get into those groups. Everybody is a little quiet with their social life unless you're already part of a group. So what we did was Rachel found a group using social media. Or
do you want me to talk about it real quick or no?
Oh, well, technically I did.
Yes, he sent me a TikTok of a woman, her name is Jasmine. She held a Da Nang meetup for foreign women that were staying in Vietnam. And with that, I'm now part of the group chat and we message each other and I've been hanging out with other girls from that group. And so that was a way for me to find a group that way. And he's also found other ways to meet people.
And I use the app Nomad Table. And using the app Nomad Table, you're able to see tons of digital nomads or even expats to see events going on. Sometimes they'll just a group trying to all get a ride together or try trying to go do a workout there, hike, yoga, go to a club, go to go to get a drink, or actually just go to a coffee shop and learn the cultures of everybody there. So you have the options to do both from the Nomad table and from social media.
When you're in Da Nang, once you find your people, even they'll introduce you to others. And once you're in, you're in. In Ho Chi Minh City, it's easier to dive in just by being out and being about.
So I know there's something people want to hear is the Black community. Is there a Black community in Da Nang or Ho Chi Minh City? There is both. We definitely were in a community of Black people in Ho Chi Minh City with the younger crowd, and then there was one in Da Nang as well. So we got to incorporate in both. So don't worry that for those of us that you don't know if there's that Black community, there is.
Yes, and they are very friendly. They will say hi to you on the street. We have been stopped, or I can't even say been stopped, but we have been approached multiple times and we strike up a conversation. We just finished speaking to a woman for like 20 minutes on our way back to our hotel. So everyone is very friendly, and there will always be a group ready to welcome you.
Honestly, these two cities fit two different versions of digital nomads.
Absolutely. And when thinking about the two cities, I guess, what kind of digital nomad would you recommend choose Ho Chi Minh City over Da Nang?
If you're a digital nomad that likes fast-paced, high energy, ambitious, wants a lot of networking opportunity, maybe it doesn't like sand,
I was about to say, yeah, the sand is crazy.
Ho Chi Minh City might be the place for you. And when it comes to Da Nang, what version of a digital nomad would choose Da Nang over Ho Chi Minh City?
I think someone that would want to be in Da Nang over Ho Chi Minh City would want the most affordable option out of the two. Then yes, they would want to pick Da Nang. If being close or having access to water is a non-negotiable for you, then go ahead and pick Da Nang, okay? Not only do you have the beach, but you also have the river. If you want to prioritize your relaxation, then pick the slower paced city. Also, I don't know if we mentioned this earlier, but in Da Nang, there is a heavy emphasis on health and fitness. There is a protein shake shop on every corner. There is a gym everywhere. It looks like everyone is A, ripped, and B, going to the gym, getting a protein drink, and then going to the beach or a cafe. So if that sounds like you don't even have to think any further. Just go ahead and book that ticket and you're on your way. Okay, everyone's not ripped, but everyone in the gym is ripped. Like, they're just already in shape. It's crazy. These are exaggerations a little bit. They are a little exaggerated, but I also mean it.
So as a digital nomad, our digital nomad couple, what do you say is which one will we stay in long term? Since we are sole travelers, but we are going to be moving on to our next place soon.
So you're saying if we had to come back somewhere for 3 months, which one would I pick?
Yes.
If you had asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said Ho Chi Minh City. But I don't know. Do you have an answer? I don't know. When I was in Ho Chi Minh City, when we left, I would have said Ho Chi Minh City hands down. And I still love it. But something about having access to the water and then the day trip up to Hoi An, which is where we are now, I've been really enjoying it up here, and it's nice to have something like this so close. Now that I've made friends in both, it's not like one has friends and one doesn't. I think I would pick Da Nang.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
What would you pick?
I have to first say this. In both cities, the Vietnamese people have been the nicest and the most gracious people. We've had a great time with them. The stories that have been shared with us and the just hospitality from them have been great. So I definitely have to mention that. So in both cities, you're going to get that either way. Now, for me to pick, it is a hard one. It's a hard one. We now met people in both. The beach plays a factor. The gyms play a factor. Right now, I think I do like Da Nang.
Do we agree? We agree!
I think I do like Da Nang. I think for me personally, the food plays a big factor. I think the food here is great. It is slow pace. You don't have to deal with the crazy traffic, and it's just a little bit easier here. Don't get me wrong, I still like Ho Chi Minh City, and the next place we go to, think that it's gonna be like it's not a beach place, so I think that's gonna be somewhere we like as well. So.
Yeah, it's a wide world, and it's really hard to choose. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, thank you for staying. I know it was a longer one, but we had a lot that we wanted to get in here. We wanted to make sure that we gave you all of the information that we've collected over the past couple of weeks. That way, you are not someone that goes to a city and then regrets your decision, okay? Everyone should make informed decisions and love wherever they end up.
And I also believe you should definitely check out both cities. Ho Chi Minh City and Da Nang. We have our opinions. You need to go see for yourself.
And if you want an idea of how you want to travel, check out our train video. And you can make that decision if you want to fly or train between the both yourselves.
I can make that decision for you. Fly.
No, don't listen to him. Watch the video. Watch the train video, okay? You might be inspired. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you are one of our patrons, thank you so much for your support. The postcards for this month will be going out shortly. They are going to be from Da Nang, just because that's where we are right now. And so, yeah, you can expect those for our postcard club. If you're still watching, please leave a comment below on if you've been to either of these cities, what your thoughts are. If you agree with us in our opinions, or if you have opinions of your own, please share them. That way, anyone who is doing their own research can read the comments and gather some more information as well. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
Before we say goodbye, just want to let you know, this isn't our apartment, so we didn't move.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
We are in Hoi An, another perk to being in Da Nang. This place is like 40 minutes away when we came to Hoi An for the weekend, and this place is awesome as well. So
yes,
another thing to consider.
They upgraded our room to this beautiful suite. And if you want to know how you can get access to hotels and rooms like this, check out my video on the IHG points and how we bought and how IHG points can help you save money on hotel bookings. Because that has been a really good one. I know they do sales different times of the year, so you might want to watch that now. That way, when the next sale comes around, you will be prepared. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, wait. Ah.
You've been sending flowers to me.